Hey now, Metalheads, it's Blackmetalwerewolf making a brand new video for you this week. And today what I would like to talk about is a rather strange phenomena that I noticed that I have named the Metalhead's Fallacy. Now obviously I'm playing off the idea of the gambler's fallacy. If you don't know what that is, when someone develops a gambling addiction, in their head they try to rationalize on how they're constantly going to win. When someone keeps buying scratch-off lottery tickets, oh, the last 5 tickets were losers, so the next one has to be a winner. Oh, those last 6, those were all losers. The next one, it's gonna be a winner. But of course you're maybe thinking, what the hell does the gambler's fallacy have to do with metalheads? Well, I've noticed an awful lot of metalheads, especially younger metalheads, have rationalized in their head that just because they're weird and alternative when they're younger, means that's going to equate to success later in life. Now, to be fair, in this sense, I am using the term metalhead very broadly because I'm essentially referring to anyone who is a part of an alternative subculture, be it metalheads, punks, goths, emos, those weird theater kids that you knew in high school. You know the ones I'm talking about. So yeah, so many people in these alternative subcultures, an awful lot of them, especially when they're younger, have this idea that just because you're weird or you were bullied or you were a misfit or an outcast when you were in high school, that somehow equates to success later on in life. And some of you may be thinking, well, is this like a common thing? I would say it's common enough. I can't tell you how many times I've heard this misconception, be it in movies and television, to actual celebrities pushing this idea, to people in real life saying that, oh, I'm going to be more successful than this jerk-off because I'm weird or I'm bullied. So it is a relatively common thing to have this idea in your head, even though before I started shooting this video, I tried to look up if there was any legitimate statistic or any sort of truth behind any of this, and I couldn't find jack shit. But that's essentially the whole point of this video. It's a fallacy. People are trying to rationalize the shitty hand they were dealt earlier in life, thinking that they are somehow just automatically going to be dealt a better hand in life, much like a gambler. Those last tickets were garbage, the next one is going to be a winner. They just keep trying to rationalize it. Now, I totally get where people are coming from when it comes to this kind of subject. When you're dealt a shitty hand early in life, you kind of want to look forward and think, the next hand I'm going to be dealt is going to be much better. And don't get me wrong, that is a very good, positive way to have an outlook on life. However, when you think that you're automatically going to be dealt a better hand simply because you were weird or you were a goth or a metalhead or you got bullied, that idea is really, you're just setting yourself up for a big downfall. If you want to be successful in life, you have to be willing to put a lot of work into what you want. Expecting just things to fall into place, that's a nice idea, and don't get me wrong, some people do get lucky that way, but if you're just expecting that, that's pretty damn unrealistic. And I totally get that the idea of success varies from person to person. Some people view success as mansions and 10 cars, whereas other people view success as just, living a long, happy life. And regardless of what your view of success is, if you're not willing to put the work in, it's probably not going to happen for you. Just me, for example, I consider myself somewhat successful. I've been gainfully employed for over 10 years now. I have my own car, I have my own place. I'm not a leech off the government or my parents. In my own view, I consider myself somewhat successful. However, I did not get to this point simply because I was the weird kid in high school. I put in a lot of work at my job and a lot of other things in my life to get to where I am today. The idea of me being bullied when I was younger, I suppose subconsciously could have been a good driving force to, give myself a good boot in the ass to get going. But I didn't just sit in my parents' basement saying, one day I'm going to be successful, one day. Because it's just not going to be the way, it's just not going to happen. If you're just going to sit on your ass and do nothing, good things ain't gonna come to you. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is sometimes. So before I wrap this video up, I want to give you guys one quick story about somebody that I used to know. He was actually one of my older brother's friends. who had this mentality that because he was like a weirdo when he was younger, he was going to make it when he was older in life. And he had an opportunity and he totally squandered it. So this guy's name was Nick, and at this time period, it was when YouTube was first starting to become like pretty big, like in 2007, 2008-ish time period, I think. Anyway, he could sing, he wrote music, he wrote lyrics, and he played guitar, and he was uploading his songs onto YouTube, and they were gaining some traction on there. If he's still making music or if he's still uploading onto YouTube, honestly, I have no idea. I've lost all contact with this guy. Hopefully he is doing something, but I just really don't know. Anyway, at that time period, the producers of the television show America's Got Talent found him on YouTube, and they were like, this kid fucking has it. He has the look, he has the sound, we can do something with this kid. So the producers got into contact with him. They said, come to where we're filming, we'll get you a plane ticket, we'll get you a hotel room, we guarantee that you will get on television, and we guarantee that you will make it far in the competition. This guy had it fucking made. He had the best opportunity that most people will never have in their entire fucking lives, and he squandered it. Now, like I said, he was a talented guy, but he really liked to drink. He really liked to drink to the point where it destroyed his fucking life. Because instead of going to the airport the day his flight was to go to the filming, he stayed home and got drunk. The one fucking opportunity. And this is the kid that had this attitude that I'm gonna make it one day. I'm gonna fucking make it. And he had his one chance and he threw it out the fucking window. So that just goes to show you, if you're not gonna put the effort in and you're not gonna do something with your talents and your gifts, don't have this idea in your head that you're just gonna make it, that things are just gonna be handed to you. Put the fucking work in. So I think you guys have had enough of my preaching for one video, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. I want to get your guys' opinion on all of this. What do you think of my invented term, the Metalhead's fallacy? Do you think it's a real thing? Do you think it's kind of bullshit? Give me your opinions, your stories, your encounters with people with that kind of attitude. I would love to know what you guys have to say about all of this. And now, like my past videos, I either do an album recommendation or an album warning. And today is another recommendation. The band is Blind Guardian, the album is The God Machine. This album came out a few months ago, and when it came out, I absolutely loved it. I've listened to it several times since then, and if you're a fan of power metal, I highly suggest you check it out. My personal favorite songs on the album are Damnation and Blood of the Elves, but the entire album is good. So if you're a fan of power metal and you like Blind Guardian, definitely check it out. That is, once again, The God Machine. So that's it for today's video. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave me a comment letting me know what you thought of today's video, checking out some of my past videos, and sharing them with a few of your friends while you're at it. If you'd like to keep up with me on a more daily basis, you can follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. I also have a P.O. box open. All of that info is down in the description. I also have patches for sale, so if you would like to get your very own, you can click right over here. There's also a link down in the description. Overall, thank you very much for watching, guys, and don't forget to stay brutal.